Welcome back to ABCGH Spoilers channel. Today we will learn about the intriguing developments surrounding one of General Hospital's most complex characters, Valentin Cassadine, and the uncertain future that may lie ahead for both the character and the actor who portrays him. The uncertain future of Valentin Cassadine. Will Anna find new love while Valentin is away? This question weighs heavily on the minds of devoted fans as Valentin Cassadine's storyline hangs in precarious balance. The once cunning Cassadine seems to have lost some of his trademark craftiness, leaving viewers to wonder if he'll ever reclaim his former glory. In years past, Valentin would have already orchestrated an elaborate scheme to extricate himself from his current predicament, turning the tables on his pursuers with calculated precision. His current struggles suggest a character at a crossroads, perhaps signaling a permanent departure from Port Charles. The romance between Anna Devane and Valentin has captivated audiences with its complexity and depth. Their relationship, built on a foundation of secrets and unexpected connections, now faces its greatest test as Valentin remains on the run. Should he fail to return, Anna may find herself exploring new romantic possibilities, forever altering the landscape of relationships in Port Charles. The emotional investment viewers have in this pairing makes Valentin's potential exit all the more impactful for the show's dedicated fanbase. Valentin's brief December return. December 2024 saw Valentin make a fleeting appearance in Port Charles, primarily to discuss legal concerns with Anna. This momentary return offered fans a tantalizing glimpse of the character they've come to love, only for him to disappear once again. His supposed return to the WSB, World Security Bureau, operations left many questions unanswered and storylines dangling. The brevity of his appearance has only intensified speculation about the character's long-term future on the canvas. The decision to send Charlotte home while he remains pursued by unknown forces has created a narrative tension that could resolve in multiple ways. This separation from his daughter, a cornerstone of Valentin's character development, suggests either a dramatic reunion in the future or a tragic conclusion to his storyline. The writers have positioned Valentin at a critical juncture where his survival remains uncertain, creating genuine concern among viewers who have followed his journey for years. The complex history of Charlotte Cassadine. Charlotte Cassadine's paternity saga rivals even the most convoluted storylines in soap opera history. When first introduced to Port Charles, Charlotte's biological origins were shrouded in mystery and manipulation, with multiple potential fathers entering and exiting the narrative. This complicated lineage mirrors Valentin's own uncertain heritage, creating a fascinating father-daughter dynamic built on shared experiences of identity confusion. The bond between Valentin and Charlotte has evolved into one of the most authentic and touching relationships on General Hospital. Despite his villainous beginnings, Valentin's devotion to his daughter has humanized him in ways few could have predicted. Their separation now serves as both emotional stakes for the character and a narrative device that could facilitate either his triumphant return or permanent departure, depending on the creative direction chosen by the writing team. Valentin's evolving identity in Port Charles. When Valentin first arrived in Port Charles in 2016, he operated under the alias Theo, concealing his true Cassadine identity. His introduction as yet another member of the infamous family determined to wreak havoc established him firmly in the villain category. However, over the years, Valentin's character has undergone significant evolution, revealing layers of complexity that transcend the typical soap opera antagonist. The mystery surrounding Valentin's parentage has been a recurring theme throughout his tenure on General Hospital. Initially presented as Victor Cassadine's son, subsequent revelations have repeatedly rewritten his origin story. These shifting foundations have allowed the writers to continuously reinvent the character while maintaining the essential Cassadine mystique that makes him so compelling. This malleability in his backstory provides ample opportunity for future storylines, should the character remain part of the show's landscape. James Patrick Stuart's career journey. James Patrick Stuart's acting career began with a notable role as Dr. Z in Galactica 1980, establishing him in the science fiction genre before he transitioned to daytime television. His soap opera journey commenced in 1989 when he portrayed Will Cortlandt until 1992, gaining valuable experience in the unique storytelling format that would later serve him well at General Hospital. These early roles helped shape the versatile performer who would eventually bring Valentin Cassadine to life. Stewart joined the cast of General Hospital in 2016, creating a character that would quickly become integral to numerous major storylines. His portrayal of Valentin has earned him critical acclaim and a devoted fan following, making rumors of his potential departure particularly concerning for viewers who have embraced his interpretation of the complex Cassadine. Stewart's ability to balance Valentin's darkness with unexpected vulnerability has created one of the most nuanced characters in the show's recent history. The actor's commitment amid scheduling challenges. Stewart has consistently expressed his dedication to General Hospital despite pursuing other professional opportunities. In a revealing conversation with executive producer Frank Valentini, Stewart emphasized his emotional connection to the role and the production, stating, "I took Frank out to dinner and I told him, I hope you realize that my heart is here. I love the work we do together, I love this family. And," he said, "well, we'll make it work." This exchange suggests a mutual commitment to maintaining Stewart's presence on the show, even if scheduling accommodations must be made. The actor's willingness to balance multiple projects while remaining loyal to General Hospital offers hope to fans concerned about Valentin's future. However, Stewart's enthusiasm alone cannot guarantee the character's longevity. Ultimately, narrative decisions rest with the writing team, who could choose to write Valentin out permanently regardless of the actor's availability. This creative uncertainty keeps both Stewart and viewers in a state of anticipation regarding Valentin's fate. Fan reactions and future possibilities. The General Hospital audience has developed a strong attachment to Valentin Cassadine, appreciating both his villainous schemes and his redemptive moments. Viewers have expressed their desire to see Valentin return on a more permanent basis, allowing for the continuation and resolution of his numerous storylines. The character's ability to evade legal consequences in the past has established a precedent that fans hope will repeat, bringing Valentin back to Port Charles despite his current predicament. As speculation continues about Valentin's future, multiple narrative possibilities remain open. A dramatic return could reunite him with Charlotte and potentially rekindle his relationship with Anna. Alternatively, the writers might use his current absence to fundamentally transform the character, setting the stage for a reinvented Valentin should he eventually return. Whatever path is chosen, the enduring appeal of this complex Cassadine ensures that fans will remain invested in his journey, whether it continues on screen or concludes in his absence. Next, we will learn about the complex family dynamics unfolding in Port Charles and how they're affecting the younger generation in unexpected ways. Family dynamics in Port Charles are about to undergo a seismic shift that will reverberate through multiple households, particularly affecting the teenage population of this fictional New York harbor town. The revelation brewing beneath the surface, that Gio is actually Dante's biological son from a teenage relationship with Brooklyn, threatens to upend established relationships and create new tensions that nobody saw coming. The impending truth about Joe's parentage stands to dramatically alter the carefully balanced family structures that have been in place for years. When this bombshell finally detonates, it won't just affect Dante and Brooklyn, but will send shockwaves through their extended families, particularly impacting Dante's son Rocco, who will suddenly find himself with a half-brother he never knew existed. Viewers have been speculating extensively about how this revelation will affect the already complex relationship between Rocco and Gio. Some fans have expressed concern that Rocco might feel increasingly marginalized as attention shifts to Dante's newly discovered son. Rocco is going to feel even more left out once Gio is brought into the fold. Dante will be busy with Gio and Lulu with Charlotte. It will drive Rocco insane, one perceptive viewer commented on social media, highlighting the potential psychological impact on the teenager. However, not all predictions trend toward family discord. Another perspective suggests that this revelation might actually strengthen bonds between the boys who have already been sharing living space at the Quartermain mansion. As one fan astutely observed, Gio and Rocco have already been living together at the Quartermains. Knowing that they are brothers may actually make them closer. Up to now, with his adoptive mom dead, Gio hasn't had any close family. This viewpoint emphasizes how shared blood might create a meaningful connection for Gio, who has experienced significant loss in his young life. The situation becomes even more nuanced when considering Rocco's existing family circumstances. With his mother Lulu already focused on Charlotte, there's legitimate concern that Rocco might feel doubly abandoned if Dante shifts attention to his newfound son. As another viewer pointed out, I agree, but even if they have a close relationship, it doesn't take away from the fact that Dante will probably neglect Rocco just like how Lulu did. This comment highlights the potential for history to repeat itself in terms of parental attention being unevenly distributed. The challenges of modern fatherhood in Port Charles. Navigating fatherhood in today's world presents numerous challenges, but these difficulties are magnified tenfold in the dramatic setting of Port Charles. Dante Falconeri has already faced his share of parenting hurdles with Rocco, but adding another teenage son to the equation, especially one who appeared unexpectedly from a past relationship, creates an entirely new dimension of complexity. The psychological impact on Rocco cannot be underestimated. Adolescence is already a turbulent time of identity formation and emotional development. Learning that his father has another son, one who has been living in proximity without anyone knowing their true connection, could trigger profound questions about family, loyalty, and belonging. Rocco might wonder if everything he thought he knew about his family history was somehow incomplete or even deliberately concealed from him. Dante will need to demonstrate exceptional emotional intelligence and parenting skills to navigate this delicate situation. He must find ways to reassure Rocco of his unchanging love and commitment while also acknowledging and building a relationship with Gio. This balancing act would challenge even the most skilled parent, let alone one living in a town where drama seems to lurk around every corner. Potential paths for Rocco's rebellion. Teenage rebellion takes many forms, and Rocco's response to this family revelation could manifest in numerous ways. He might act out at school, engage in risky behaviors, or withdraw from family activities. The writers have several compelling narrative directions they could explore. Rocco might develop a close bond with Gio, united by their shared connection to Dante but also potentially forming an alliance against parental authority. This brothers against the world dynamic could lead to both heartwarming moments of sibling solidarity and troubling instances of coordinated rebellion. Alternatively, Rocco could resent Joe's sudden appearance in his father's life and direct his anger not at Dante but at his half-brother. This would create a painful situation where Gio, who had no knowledge or control over the circumstances of his birth, becomes the target of Rocco's displaced emotions. A third possibility involves Rocco turning his back on the entire family, perhaps seeking connection with characters who have historically been at odds with the Falconeri or Quartermain families. This would create maximum dramatic tension while exploring themes of belonging and chosen family versus biological connections. Whatever direction the writers choose, devoted viewers will need to stay tuned to General Hospital every weekday to witness how this compelling family drama unfolds. The emotional complexity of this storyline offers rich territory for character development and provides the actors with material that showcases their considerable talents. As Port Charles continues to be the setting for intergenerational drama and unexpected family connections, this particular storyline reminds us why soap operas remain a powerful medium for exploring the complications of modern family life, where DNA test results can change destinies and long-buried secrets never stay buried forever. Next, we will learn about the intriguing developments surrounding Lucas Jones and his unexpected romantic entanglement with a mysterious newcomer to Port Charles. A dangerous attraction unfolds. Lucas Jones finds himself at the center of a shocking revelation that has left him utterly mortified. What began as an innocent encounter has evolved into a complicated situation with potentially dangerous implications. The young doctor, who has always tried to distance himself from the criminal underworld that his family was once deeply entrenched in, now faces a cruel twist of fate. Isaiah Gannon, with his extensive knowledge of international criminal networks, becomes the unexpected bearer of troubling news. During a casual conversation, Lucas mentions his new romantic interest and the company this man works for. The mere mention of the name sends immediate warning signals to Isaiah, who recognizes the dangerous connections hidden behind the professional facade. "Lucas, you need to understand who you're dealing with," Isaiah explains with grave concern. "This isn't just any legal firm. J.S. & Associates is a front for one of the most dangerous mercenary operations I encountered during my captivity." The revelation hits Lucas like a physical blow. Isaiah carefully details how Jens Sidwell, the notorious mobster mercenary, had been one of his captors in Somalia, where both Isaiah and Lucky Spencer had been held against their will. The memories clearly still haunt Isaiah as he recounts seeing Marco occasionally visiting the compound to handle mysterious paperwork. The deceptive beginning. The relationship between Lucas and Marco began innocently enough. Their first meeting seemed like the kind of serendipitous encounter that romantic movies are made of: a business card found on the floor, eyes meeting across a crowded room, and an instant connection that felt like destiny. Marco presented himself as a legitimate attorney, complete with professional credentials and a polished demeanor that gave Lucas no reason to doubt his story. The business card for J.S. & Associates appeared completely legitimate, featuring elegant typography and all the hallmarks of a prestigious law firm. "I'm relocating to Port Charles," Marco had told Lucas with a charming smile. "I know some people there, and my firm wants to establish a presence in the area." Lucas, still healing from his tumultuous relationship with Brad Cooper, was captivated by Marco's confidence and apparent honesty. Here was someone who seemed straightforward, professional, and most importantly, disconnected from the criminal world that had caused Lucas so much pain in the past. The truth behind J.S. & Associates. What Lucas failed to recognize were the warning signs hiding in plain sight. The initials J.S. that appeared so innocuous on Marco's business card actually stood for Jens Sidwell, a name that carries significant weight in certain dangerous circles. This oversight would prove to be a critical mistake. Jens Sidwell is not merely a businessman but a powerful figure in the criminal underworld with a reputation for ruthlessness and a global network of illegal operations. His organization, disguised as a legitimate business enterprise, engages in various illicit activities while maintaining a veneer of respectability. The establishment of a Port Charles office isn't a coincidence either. Sidwell has recently taken up residence at Windermere, the historic estate on Spoon Island, suggesting a strategic expansion of his operations into the area. The timing of Marco's arrival aligns perfectly with this move, indicating a coordinated effort rather than the career opportunity Marco portrayed it to be. Family connections and hidden truths. In a shocking twist that compounds Lucas's mortification, Isaiah reveals that Marco isn't just an employee of Sidwell's organization, he's Sidwell's son, Carlo, operating under a slightly altered identity. This familial connection explains Marco's high position within the organization and his ability to move freely between legitimate legal work and the shadowy operations of his father's criminal enterprise. The irony of Lucas's situation isn't lost on him. After escaping his relationship with Brad Cooper partly due to Brad's connections to the criminal world, Lucas has unwittingly become involved with someone even more deeply embedded in organized crime. Despite his own family background, being the son of Julian Jerome and nephew of Ava Jerome, Lucas has always tried to forge a path away from that world. "I thought I was finally with someone I could trust," Lucas confesses, the weight of his realization evident in his voice. "Someone who had nothing to do with the mob or any criminal activities. I was so desperate to believe that I ignored all the signs." The rebound effect. Psychologically, Lucas's vulnerability to Marco's deception can be understood through the lens of rebound relationships. Still recovering from the emotional trauma of his previous relationship, Lucas was particularly susceptible to someone who appeared to be everything Brad wasn't: honest, transparent, and legitimate. This rebound effect clouded Lucas's judgment, causing him to overlook inconsistencies in Marco's story and ignore potential red flags. The intensity of their connection, which Lucas interpreted as love at first sight, was likely amplified by his emotional state and desire to find someone trustworthy. Even if Marco had been forthcoming about having connections to organized crime, Lucas might have rationalized it away. His own family history with Julian and Ava Jerome has normalized certain aspects of the criminal world for him, despite his conscious efforts to distance himself from it. As Lucas processes this devastating revelation, he faces difficult decisions about how to proceed. Extracting himself from a relationship with the son of a powerful criminal figure presents significant challenges and potential dangers. The situation is further complicated by Sidwell's established presence in Port Charles and the legitimate-appearing business operations now taking root in the city.